Predict the score. Saturday's game, Michigan at Indiana. The Wolverines haven't lost to Indiana Hoosiers since 1987, a streak that is kind of hard to even imagine, but that is what Michigan is trying to continue. Indiana trying to break one of the longest Power 5 losing streaks in college football. Predict the score below. I'll get in the comments and predict it for you. We've got some late-breaking news and some big-time news on the Michigan football offensive line coming up in the Michigan Football Report right now. As always, I am your host, James Yoder, and as we are filming around 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, Election Day, NFL trade deadline, this is the biggest news when it comes to Michigan football, is the Wisconsin-Purdue game Saturday has been canceled, putting the Michigan-Wisconsin game, primetime game, a week from Saturday on ABC, in serious jeopardy. And the reason why is because the Big Ten has this ridiculous 21-day rule for anyone who tests positive for corona, whether they're sick, whether they're healthy, whatever it is, you have to sit out 21 days. So unless every single player that's tested positive for Wisconsin tested positive right after the game, right, on October 23rd, they played on a Friday night, then they're all going to hit that 21-day window for the most part. I would think so. So we'll see what happens. But I think the Michigan-Wisconsin night game at the Big House a week from Saturday on November 14th is in serious jeopardy. Wisconsin, that'll be 3 games in a row. So if the Michigan game is canceled for them, they are ineligible for the Big Ten championship game. That's the story on there. Let's get into the Michigan-Indiana game and some news surrounding that game. Michigan is favored after losing to Michigan State. Some people called the worst team in the Big Ten just 4 days ago. Michigan is favored by 3 at an Indiana team that beat Penn State in the opener. So this was surprising to a lot of people, but you got to remember, all the sportsbooks are trying to do is even out the bets, so they make 10% from the losers. Don't lose their butt if one side wins or loses. That's what they're trying to do. So they think that Michigan fans are still going to bet Michigan. The public, maybe they're going to bet Indiana. I'm not sure. Maybe some bettors came in heavy on one side or the other. They had to adjust the line. But the spread is 3, started at 3.5. Michigan is a 3-point favorite. Last loss in 1987. But think about this stat. This is my last point in this. Michigan is the only team in college football, in D1, FCS, whatever you want to call it, the only team in the past 6 seasons, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and this abbreviated season, to not win a single football game when they are the underdog against the spread. Can you even believe that? They almost did it last year. They were underdogs against Notre Dame, but the day of the game, the line moved about 2 points. They became a favorite by 1 point versus number 8 Notre Dame. Clemson's done it. Alabama's done it. Ohio State's done it. They're underdogs like 3 times in that 5-year stretch. It's kind of crazy to think about. Michigan's last loss against Indiana, 1987. Ironically, the first season after Jim Harbaugh's 5 years at Michigan as a quarterback, 3 of those as a starter. So predict the score. Michigan at Indiana. I want to know what you guys think about this one. If you're predicting Michigan's going to lose, then I've got a great deal for you coming up right now. So predict the score down in the comments. We will see what you guys think in Overreaction Tuesday on what's going to happen with this game. And if you like predicting games, if you think you know more than the sportsbooks, get started with BetUS. You see the URL down right here, as I'm the weatherman, right here, chatsports.com/GoBlue. Promo code GoBlue. Don't mess it up. Because if you do, you get a 125% deposit bonus. Put in the first 100, extra 125. Put in 2, extra 250. Put in 500. Quick math. That's like $650 extra, whatever it is. Doing quick math, I think $625, whatever it is. Extra bonus cash. Plus, they extended the deal 1 week because they felt bad for Michigan losing to Michigan State. Felt bad for you guys. Felt bad for me. If you do it before kickoff on Saturday, all you got to do is email goblue@chatsports.com. It'll come right to us here at Chat Sports. We've sent out over $10,000 worth of jerseys. So no gimmicks, no BS here. You get started with BetUS, make your first deposit, put that bet down in the game, email us, goblue@chatsports.com. We'll get your information. We'll ship one of those jerseys off to you right away. Make sure you use that promo code GoBlue, and make sure you use the URL, chatsports.com/GoBlue. It's our redirect. It tracks to this promotion, and make sure we can hook you guys up. I got 5 more stories coming up here on my Michigan football rumor 6-pack. Next one, number 2, Joel Klatt with some, I think, under-discussed and pretty surprising information that he talked about on Fox Sports Radio yesterday. Klatt's done a lot of Michigan games the last 3 or 4 years, 3 years so since the Fox Sports has got Big Ten writes, and since they put a lot of effort and a lot of resources behind this big noon kickoff, Klatt does a lot of Michigan games, and when he does, he has to come in days and sometimes even weeks, depending on what the game is, and talk to the coaches, talk to the players. They've got to have a vibe for what to expect. And the coaching staff divulges a lot of information that us as fans and media, we'd love to know, but we can't because they've got to be able to talk about it on the broadcast. Klatt was on Fox Sports yesterday, said that of all the conversations he's had with Jim Harbaugh in the last 3 or 4 years, very candid conversations, very open conversations, no matter what happens with Michigan, whether he gets fired, whether he coaches for another 15 years, whatever it is, this is going to be his last job in coaching. No NFL for Harbaugh. I think a lot of people thought if it's not working out, if they decide to mutually part ways, they fire him, Harbaugh would do his best to get an NFL coaching job. I doubt he'd take another college football job, frankly. But Joe Klatt saying Jim Harbaugh, when he's done with Michigan, wants to buy an RV and ride around America. I'm assuming that means that he assumes his young kids, I think he's got a 3 or 4 year old son, would be in high school or out of high school by then. So he's talking 10, 15 years from now. But that's what Klatt said. So don't expect Jim Harbaugh to be looking for an NFL job if what Harbaugh has told Klatt, in candid conversations is true. But I want to ask you guys this question. Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm going to pin this comment at the very top of the comment section. Will Jim Harbaugh coach Michigan in 2021, next season, last year in his contract? Type Y for yes, type N for no. You might get hit with a YouTube ad break. Do us a favor, scroll down, answer the question, scroll back up. Ad break should be over. Go do it right now. All right, next story up, some more news, and there's not a lot of it, but just want to make sure you guys got the latest in case you missed it. After the news broke on Twitter, and then the blog boys put it out there on Sunday afternoon, Michigan was forced, and then we reported it, one of our best videos ever on Sunday. The Michigan Athletic Department finally makes a statement about Bob Shoop's departure from the team. What they basically said is he's not coaching teams, he is still actively recruiting, and that's all they could say for now. And there's 2 things I have to say on this. Number one, this is really strange, okay? Because multiple people who I find would probably know have said it is not illness related. So he's not opting out for coronavirus, anything like that. So if it's not illness related, he's not coming into the facility to coach. What is it? Is it a difference of opinion? Is he suspended? I don't know what it is, but it's freaking weird. And what's even weirder, in my opinion, is that why does Michigan keep doing this? This is a coach on a staff. We could do a FOIA request, get all the emails Jim Harbaugh sent, all the text messages, find out probably what the reason would be in a few weeks when Michigan gets back to us. But why does Michigan continue to do this? Think about Tim Drevno. They just refused to admit that he wasn't on the staff 3 years ago, even after Pep Hamilton got hired. Then Pep Hamilton, they hired Josh Gaddis. They've got Ben McDaniels. They have too many coaches. They just refused for 6 weeks to even tell us that Pep Hamilton wasn't on the staff anymore. I find it disingenuous. I think it brings more scrutiny than necessary when it comes to the situation. Just say Bob Shoop is taking time away from the program for personal family reasons, and that's it. And people won't be asking anymore. Now it brings more conversation to a topic that I don't think most people cared about until they had to find out through the seedy interwebs of Twitter and all that stuff. And if you want to know about this topic, you should be following me on Twitter because I put it out on Twitter as well. I think it was the first person to tweet it out. If you go look back up on Sunday, you can go chronological through Twitter's tweets at James Yoder. Believe me, everything I say on there is sarcasm for the most part, but I do take shots at Michigan when deserved, and I will also tell you Michigan's the greatest football program in history if they win a big game like they potentially could do at number 13 Indiana on Sunday. So that is my Twitter. Go ahead and follow me now. I'll put a link for it down in the comments. Want to know this question? Saw a Big Ten Network or somebody tweet this out. I thought it was pretty interesting. Wanted to bring it to you guys. Who was the quarterback the year you became a Michigan football fan? So think about it for a second. When I became a Michigan football fan, who was the quarterback? For me, it was Elvis Grbac. The first year I remember watching a Michigan football game, I don't want to give my age away, I'm a young man, was the 91 season, Desmond Howard. I remember watching games with my dad. I don't remember the details. Elvis Grbac was the quarterback. He was quarterback for another year after that, and then and then he was gone to the NFL, like a 19-year NFL career. So Elvis Grbac my answer. Go ahead and comment below. I want to know what you guys, how long you've been rooting for Michigan and what quarterback did the trick for you. Next up, number 4 of 6. We're going to keep these bad boys rolling. Chuck Filiaga. I watched the tape. He got crushed. He got knocked on his butt. He got pancaked as an offensive lineman. He's supposed to be doing the pancake. He got pancaked left and right. Have been told and have seen elsewhere, kind of a double confirmation, that he is not with the first stringers the last 2 days. That Zach Zinter, a true freshman, 6'6", 300 pounds, 4-star, number 265 overall player in this 2020 class. True freshman, has been taking most of the snaps with the ones at the left guard position this week. So keep an eye out for that one. It could be Zinter, or it could be another player, because he's not taking all the snaps. He's taking most, but there are other players vying for that starting guard job, with Chuck Filiaga not getting it done for Ed Warner. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Produce my ear. We did it. Thank you so much. 9,000 subscribers. Thank you for being a part of the best Michigan football community on YouTube. Go down in the comments. Let me know if you subscribed. Type sub if you're one of the 9,000. If you're going to subscribe today, you haven't watched before, or you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and type new sub, but hit that subscribe button. We certainly appreciate it. Next up, number 5, Daxton Hill, freshman Andre Seldon, getting reps at cornerback. Vincent Gray was benched kind of the second half of the game against Michigan State. Jalen Perry, he did okay, but he didn't really get it done. G-Mon Green was he was the whipping boy of the Michigan State coaching staff and offense on Saturday. They kept just targeting him long. True freshman Ricky White burned Green left and right. So Michigan's got to do something, because if this formula works for Michigan State, it's going to work for Indiana. It's going to work for Penn State. It's going to work for Ohio State like nothing you've ever seen. So Dax Hill getting some snaps at cornerback from safety, and true freshman Andre Seldon, who we really haven't seen in the field yet, which is surprising. Also, Dorian Green-Warren, I haven't seen him either, so we'll see what happens there. But I've been told Dax Hill and Seldon have been getting snaps in place of some other guys, most notably Vincent Gray, and they didn't really think Jalen Perry was up for the task. Give me your one-word description of the man who has to make that decision, Don Brown. I don't know what to think about Don Brown anymore. How about somebody who just does awesome against the crap teams, does crap against the awesome teams? Or yeah, that's right. Go down, comment one word on Don Brown's performance as Michigan's defense coordinator. I don't know if you care want to do it after the game on Saturday. If you want to do his entire performance. I just think my one word is overrated. That's the best one I can come up with. I want to come up with like fire his ass, but overrated is mine. One more time, remind you guys, take advantage of the BetUS offer, 125% deposit bonus, and a Michigan, I got to do it all the time, this way, Michigan football jersey right there, chatsports.com/GoBlue, promo code GoBlue, and then email us, goblue@chatsports.com to redeem so we can get your information and get one of those jerseys out to you as soon as possible if you still want one. I don't really know what's going on there. Last story today, Joe Milton's puzzling comments. I'll tell you, I got Ohio State staff members, parents of Ohio State, big name, 5-star recruits, DMing me after I put this out on Twitter a couple days ago saying, you got to be kidding me. He actually said this? Hopefully he's just being facetious or something like that. But Joe Milton is posting a press conference, and I'm not going to be too hard on him. It's his second start. Big smile, like he just won a game. They asked him about Michigan State linebacker Antjuan Simmons. Instead of saying, wow, he played a great game, he was everywhere, just acknowledging, he put his bed there. I don't know who that is. Who? Number 34, the linebacker. No, I don't know anything about him. We didn't prepare for him at all. We didn't put any game plan for him. This is like a 3-4-year starter for Michigan State. He's their best player. He's the one that made the game-saving play when they ran that ridiculous Hassan Haskins jump pass. Haskins looked like he'd never thrown a football in his life, to be frank. And Simmons, the one that stayed in there, jumped back, tipped the ball around. He was the difference in the game. And if Josh Gaddis and Jim Harbaugh didn't prepare him, or Ben McDaniels, his quarterback position, it's like, hey, watch out for this guy number 34. He might be their only player. Before the game, we might have thought that. That's kind of crazy. Or during the game, bad play happens, get in the headset. Hey, keep an eye out number 34. He might be somebody that we want to avoid, running or throwing towards. I don't know what to say, but the fact that if he didn't actually know who Simmons was before the game and he didn't get coached on it during the game, I think that says a lot. That's a red flag to the Michigan football coaching staff, in my opinion. That's our show for today. We'll be back tomorrow with Michigan football snap counts. Show you who got played, who got snaps against Michigan State, who didn't. Make sure you subscribe to the channel by hitting this button right here. Just hit the damn subscribe button. Be part of the best Michigan football community on YouTube. I got some more Michigan football videos for you right here. Be back on Wednesday, and go Blue.